spread of common carp. You know, what can we do to prevent it, and how bad has it gotten worse since you've been involved in bow fishing? Have you noticed a change?
I think it's the same, if not more of them, just because people are better at doing what they're doing. So harvesting more every tournament, it seems like the numbers keep going up and up, and people are shooting more and more, and so it's not like I don't even think we're putting a dent in it for what's out there. I mean, you know, when you go out there on a boat and you see hundreds at a time coming towards you, you know, you can only get 2 or 3 at the most out of that pod, and then they're probably gone for the day. So, yeah.
I'm Victor Mendoza. My brother and I are part of Kill 'Em Squad. We've been bow fishing for about 4 or 5 years. Started off bow fishing with a buddy of mine on his bass boat with the spotlight. Went out one time, shot a few fish, and we thought we shot thousands, and we were hooked from then. I've been bow fishing for about 4 or 5 years, something like that. Yeah, we're still pretty new in the game. My best bow fishing memory, it's hard to narrow that down. There's been a lot. I mean, we went out some nights and thinking we were only going to shoot 10, 20 fish, and we shot over 100 fish. So it's hard to narrow it down. But probably one of my best is probably my biggest fish that I shot, which was 35.7 pounds. That was a pretty memorable night. I believe they are way overpopulated, and if you go into some slough areas or some shallow waters, you can just see they're riddled with carp. They muddy up the water. There's no visibility. If there's no visibility, then there's no light penetration for vegetation to grow, which is what other sport fish need to spawn.
That's all I had. Thank you.
That's it?
Yep.
Cool.
Is that one? Oh, hit that rock.
Oh, I hit him?
Yeah, you hit him?
I'm out of him. Hit him again, hit him again. I'm not in him.
This is retarded.
You got him, I think.
Yeah, you got him.
All right, here.
I'm ready to go.
I don't know what I did, but it sounded like I hit a rock.
Yeah, I think you hit his gill.
Every home needs an altar. Every ear fills a hole with the dead. How the once fallow field may divinely exchange sweat for bread. Out among the rocks and snakes, I'm laying down. It's more fun to live with trouble than without. On a long, narrow road, we will play hide and seek with.
Okay. My name is Scott Estes. I'm actually the BAA state rep for Washington State. I got started bow fishing because bass fishing was slow during the summer, and I archery hunted quite a bit. So I got started bow fishing because there was opportunities to kill a lot of carp, and they were abundant, so it gave me something to do during the hot summer days. Favorite moment. Well, this last year we hosted the BAA World Championships. I was able to do that, and it was a pretty big thing for the Western states to host a tournament like that. So that was kind of like the big moment nowadays. I felt like it was one of the things that we really needed to accomplish, and I think it went over pretty well. It keeps me into the sport. Well, you know, of course, competition always is a big thing. When you get our age, it's kind of hard to compete. But I guess the big thing is you know, seeing it change so much, seeing it adapt to what it is now, really keeps me into it. I mean, when I started bow fishing, we didn't have a lot of big boats. You know, it wasn't like everybody was running around in these huge, you know, 24-foot boats, shooting all these nice bows. So I think seeing the change and seeing where it's going, it kind of keeps me motivated to see what's next. So I think that's kind of a big thing. That's a big thing. You know, occasionally I'll have a little guilt about killing a fish that we can't eat, but I know that you know, after a while, these carp become so plentiful that they just destroy the ecosystem. And I've seen some places, when you get into a spawn area, it's nasty, it's dirty, the water quality is bad, and so we can go into a spot, you know, shoot it for 3 or 4 days, take out a couple hundred fish, and it really improves the water quality. So that's a huge thing for me, especially since we don't get to consume the fish like we would walleye or salmon or something like that. Good to go? All right, too easy.
Awesome.
Back to my beer. Thanks.
Wild castles fall and King Kong topple all around. You can see the awful cloud that forms ahead, but inside the heart is dry, and of the winter. I will lead you to spring. Every home builds an altar. Every year fills a hole with the dead.
Okay, so just go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Kenny Brackensick. I've been bow fishing for about 6 years now. I had a younger cousin that actually, he started young and then he trying to introduce me into it. And like the first time, like just thought, buy a bow, buy a reel, let's go. And the first time I ever shot one was really addicting. It's a big problem. It's an invasive species like any other invasive species. But common carp, yes, they brought them in to help out the rivers and the systems, but with the spread of them being so rapid and over 1 million eggs for just maybe a 10, 15 pound carp, they don't really have enough predators in the river to take care of that problem. So that's why we are here, to take care of this problem. Advice, I mean, it's like just be prepared. Like first time you might just have some issues and stuff. I mean, you do want to come prepared. You do want to have that right equipment. First off, don't try to buy a boat. Just kind of just do some shore fishing for a little bit. Get yourself kind of used to the sport. Know how to aim your bow and everything else. Polarized glasses work amazing. After that, I mean, it's just like you kind of just work your way up like any other person. You just, once you have that time and money and you can buy a boat, yes, you can get to other places where there's a lot more fish and you'll see that it's way better. But just make sure you just buy the right equipment first.
We told you often, we put you where you wanna go. We domed your ashes. You scattered out across the snow.
Brandon Shaw from Boise, Idaho.
Ronette Shaw, Boise, Idaho.
Just a friend that I used to hunt and fish with, bow fished, and I had a boat, so we tried it back in 2011, I think we started, and here we are in 2018 and still doing it. So I think it's the same, if not more of them, just because people are better at doing what they're doing, so harvesting more every tournament, it seems like. The numbers keep going up, and people are shooting more and more, and so it's not like I don't even think we're putting a dent in it for what's out there. I mean, you know, when you go out there on a boat and you see hundreds at a time coming towards you, you know, you can only get 2 or 3 at the most out of that pod, and then they're probably gone for the day. So just give it a try and have a good time, and you know, take it serious but not too serious, and you'll have a good time at it, and it's fun. You'll quit fishing and you'll only bow fish.